Anymore, tomato seeds can be purchased just about anywhere. I bought some of these packs for 10 cents a piece at the dollar store, while other seed packs will go for up to $5 for only 15 seeds. You can even save seeds from your heirloom variety tomatoes. Tomato blossoms are mostly self-pollinating, so with a little care, you can be fairly certain that the seeds you collect will be a true variety plant next year. Tomatoes are very closely related to peppers, eggplant, and potatoes. They're all part of the family of nightshade plants. Here's a tomato seed next to a pepper seed. Can you tell which one is which? The pepper is on the left. Tomato seeds take about a week to 10 days to germinate, and here are some tomato seedlings that have just sprouted. The plants furthest from the light will grow at an angle to try and absorb more UV light. Here's a tomato plant that's about 6 weeks old. This is a subarctic tomato plant. It was developed to produce fruit early in cold climates. Notice the round leaves at the base of the plant. They were the first leaves to develop on this plant. The roots are filling up the cell, so it's time to transplant this one to a larger container. Here on the USDA webpage, you can see how tomatoes and potatoes are part of the same family. Tomatoes are at the bottom of the list. Solanum lycopersicum L. Here's a potato plant that's about 2 months old. Some tomato plants are referred to as potato leaf tomato plants. Subarctic is not one of those varieties. Potatoes can be grown from seeds, but it's more reliable to grow them from small potatoes from last season. Subarctic is an early variety tomato, but it is also a determinate variety, which means it has a specific amount of days that it will bloom and produce fruit, and when it stops producing, it's done. Bell peppers and chili peppers are also in the same nightshade family. Here's a tomato next to a bell pepper. The bell pepper is on the left. Tomatoes and peppers are companion plants, and they can be planted near each other in the garden. Even though they're from the same plant family, tomatoes and potatoes shouldn't be planted near each other because they're both susceptible to the same fungus, and they're both competing for space underneath the soil. I'm getting ready to put my tomatoes in the ground now, and a lot of farmers are now starting to bury their tomatoes. Instead of just burying the roots, they bury the roots and most of the stem. So I'm going to start digging a trench here. So the way to remove tomatoes from the container is to just pinch a little bit at the bottom, and you can see that the roots are nice and healthy. They're nice and white. You have to pinch off some leaves, so the first set of round leaves come off, and then all except for where it splits come off. Then you lay the tomato down in the trench carefully, and then you bury it that deep. Now the tomato has a significant amount of plant that will put out roots. So it's got this much of the plant that will send out roots. Tomatoes need a lot of water, and they like their roots to be really, really wet. Tomatoes come in many colors: green, orange, pink, purple, black, brown, red, striped, white tomatoes, and yellow tomatoes. Brad's Atomic Grape, tiger tomatoes, tomatoes also come in different sizes: beefsteak, cherry, grape, Roma,